Okay, we're going to have to edit this down quite a bit. Try joining now. My bad. Okay, so right now you can't see anything. I'm going to have to edit this part down, obviously. But currently what's happening is I'm waiting to get two guys in here, one of which I'm going to explain how to set up his character, and the other one's going to help me explain. When he gets in here, what's going to happen is, well, what's going to happen? Okay, this is a little awkward. I'm okay. Are you in? Who's in? Can I see you? Okay, first problem. How do I get you to be a person who can talk? Fuck. This is wrong. This is really fucked up. It's supposed to be... Whatever. Whatever. Okay. I'm just going to do this my way then. Or the other way. So that means screen share. Oh, there's the button. There it is. Okay, yeah. There we go. Just watch my advice. If you ever get confused, you can basically... This will become a video. You can just pause it and you can just rewind and keep watching the same points over and over again until you figure out what the hell's going on. No problem. So you type in Pathfinder point system. Can you see that right now? I can see it just fine. You click this, second link. And what happens is you scroll down and you're like, okay, so he said standard fantasy, something about 15 points. Where is that? You know, you're kind of looking around for 15 points. Or your computer probably lags as well. And, oh, there it is. There it is. 15 points. See? 15 points. And apparently it costs 0 points to be 10. Okay, now here's some rules. Please do not go over 16 and do not go under 8. I don't want you to be weaker than a 15-year-old girl. I don't want you to be super, super capable in one stat because then it's going to make you weaker than a 15 girl, but it's like smarter than Einstein or some crazy, insane thing like that. Remember, folks, if you're going to be incredibly intelligent, you're basically going to make yourself a freaking twig. You want to be super buff, you're going to make yourself a freaking retard. No offense to people who are mentally handicapped. What I meant to say was like really, really stupid. Like your brain's just like not entirely there. Okay. So that's the first step. When you're done, normally people would just be like, yeah, I got my attributes. Now what? What do I do now? Crazy, insane person who's completely psycho. Good question. That's a very good question. The question is, which is your highest attribute? Oh, well, I have like 3 14s, or all my attributes are the same. They're all equally 12 or something like that. There's an easy answer for that. Pick one. Pick which one you think is the best. Here's what's going to happen. You're going to get a path based off of your highest attribute or the attribute you like the most. But it has to be one of your highest. It has to be tied with the others that are high, or it has to be the highest. That's how it works. After that, you go to Mythweavers, or you wait until I show you where the character sheet is, and you plug it into the character sheet. Either one works. Now, here's some heads up. The Wisdom, the Charisma, and the Dexterity guys, they get 5+ int, and they get 8 HP. Yeah. Intelligence guy gets 7+ int, and he already has a bunch of int anyway, so he's going to get a scary amount of skill points. To balance for that, Path of Strength, who gets so little skill points, and Path of Constitution, they both get a free feat. Just FYI. Something you should know. Now, once you plugged in all your, your saves and all that, another thing, ignore base attack bonuses. Just ignore it. They don't exist. If that bothers you a lot, I'm very sorry. I don't think it's a good game for you. Maybe you should look around and listen some more and see if you can find another fun game besides mine, because apparently mine's a really terrible game for you. And it's like the coming of the apocalypse. I'm just going to hate this game on every single level. Oh my gosh, you're just going to hate it. Because, you're obsessed with things that I don't really care about. Okay, the next thing you could do is you could come to me and be like, okay, there's this past thing I need to know about. Apparently, it decides what my class skills are. What skills are half price, as you keep mentioning over and over again. What are those? I'll show you. D20, Modern, Occupides. Normally, I just, I pull it out myself because I want to be very helpful to people. But here's what you do. You go to this. You type in D20 Modern, whatever this word is, I can't pronounce it. And you look at these all and say, okay, which one of these is closest to my background? Well, okay, I'm a psycho killer. Which one's a psycho killer? Criminal. Where's that? Criminal. Yeah, that could work. Psycho killer. Yeah, criminal. Maybe I am a drug dealer. Maybe I'm a guy who ran off with his family fortune. I do a ton of drugs. Boom. Doctor. This one's an engineer or a scientist. Lives in an office. Going to college. Farm worker. Religious guy. If you're thinking, oh, well, I'm just like a mercenary, I just run around and shoot people. Okay. You're either ex-military, that's your background, or you're an adventurer. Adventurer works really, really good for a lot of people. I would say adventurer and technician are pretty good for almost all people. I've never really had anything besides that, maybe a couple doctors and so on and so forth. Criminal or two, some athletes, you know what I mean. When you're done with that, or actually, you know, when you go into that, what you do is you look at all of the skills it mentions. Now, here's the problem. A lot of these skills don't exist anymore. They've been consolidated. So, for example, computer use, write that down into your Mythweavers or put it down on your sheet. Craft writing, boom. This should be research, I think. No. That's part of perception now. No, these need to be put in. All of that. Research needs to be put in. Let me give you a better example of stuff that was consolidated. So here's an example. Okay, disguise and forgery. I think you need to plug those in, but I might be wrong. Disable device, you have gamble. Gamble got lumped into hide. Move silently got moved into stealth. And yeah, so basically spot, listen, I think search are all plugged into what is now called perception. And anything that sounds like stealth is stealth now. Also, jump became acrobatics. And I think a couple things got lumped into balance. So if something gets mentioned in here and you're like, I can't find that, what you basically do is you talk to me. I'll tell you what it became, what it got lumped into. Or you can figure out yourself because you're probably really smart. Hopefully. I don't know. Ignore the basic wolf bonus. If it says you get a free feat, you get a free feat. Just click the links, figure out what they are, and you're done. You're done with the skill points. Okay, here's the next thing. You need to ask yourself, am I human? Like, am I human? Because in almost all my games, you basically have to be human. If you're doing modern, the future one, you can basically be almost anything. But okay, you can be human. If you want to do something a little bit different, we can talk about it. I can work it in. But no one's ever done that before. So maybe you'll be the first person to actually do that and be inventive. Another thing I should mention, you get a fee for being level 1. You might get a fee from your job or your past. Here they are. If you're an adventurer, you might get another fee from something else. And, of course, you get a fee for being human. Unless you don't get a fee for being human and you instead get a fee for being a half-orc or an elf or some other race very, very close to human, hopefully. Like, I don't know, mostly human, but like a little bit of rat DNA. That would work. There's all kinds of possibilities and things you can be, including anthropomorphic ponies and non-anthropomorphic ponies. But that's because I'm extremely accommodating. I'll basically let almost anything in as long as we can figure out a way for them to open doors. If you could open doors, I think you're compatible with the setting. Just, you can't have your stats under 8 or over 16. I don't accept really dumb characters or blind characters into the game. No offense to everybody who's blind and, I don't know, not very good at math, I suppose. When you're done with that, the next question you have in your mind is, Timothy, what do I do? I need to look at all the feats. The super cool feats that, are part of D20 Modern because you're a weirdo and you think that D20 Modern feats are the best thing ever. Well, that's interesting. There are multiple ways to do this. You can type in D20 Modern feats. D20 Modern feats. Excuse me, I'm sorry. And you go here. And you scroll all the way down here. See, here they all are. Or you can go through these. These are, no, ignore those. Ignore all of those. You can go through all these. Or you can ask me, I'll give you 5 pages, literally the pages that are containing the feats. So yeah. Now what I recommend is if you're going to play these games, basically every single character I ever had to play this game, they get this for free, obviously. But this one is a must. Personal firearms proficiency. If you don't get it, it's -4 on attack rolls with personal firearms, meaning basically any firearms. So you're going to want this because you're going to just never hit anybody if you don't have it. It's become such an important feat. I basically assume almost all of your enemies have it. But I should probably fix that, make sure some of them are idiots who don't use guns. My bad. This one's pretty good. If you're human, you got additional feet. Maybe you want to be more mobile and dodge better. Maybe you want to be able to hit people in the face really good. There's lots of potential. There's even a couple that just boost your skills. Like, see? Balance and concentration. There you go. Drive-by attack. There's all kinds of crazy ones you can use. Double tap. So go pretty crazy and just figure things out on yourself. Remember, it's D20 modern and feats. There you go. If you've done all this, you're done. All you have to do left is tell me your character's background. Show me your sheet on Mythweavers, or I'm going to show you where the Pathfinder modern sheets are. I used to love these sheets, but a lot of people find it much easier to use Mythweaver, so you probably don't use these, but I like using them myself because I'm weird. Even though you have to constantly add text to them in Microsoft Paint. So you type in Pathfinder modern sheets, it's this and this, and you basically are stuck, you know, modifying them a bunch, you could say. And modifying them, I mean, you open up Microsoft Paint or GIMP or any other program you use, you type stuff in, or you print them out and you write on them. You have to add a bunch of computer use and this and that to the skills. Everything else checks out. Other things you should know is your HP is not going to go up when you level up. Your skill points will. There's no base attack bonus. The path of strength, the path of concentration, and the constitution get a additional feat at level 1 because they need to balance them out. And I am thinking about instituting a system that is different from, well, this. For example, archetypes have been pretty great for my players, but not for me. But I'll leave them anyways. Talents, we might swap them out for feats. Yeah. Ignore traits. Traits are retarded. Wait, let me check. Are traits right? Are they the thing I think they are? Yeah, I hate traits. Traits are dumb. Okay, ignore this. I think I'm going to give you an additional feat this level. Unless you want this instead, we'll talk about it. Archetype type training. Yeah, the rest of this checks out, but you understand what I'm talking about. Okay. Now that we've done that, I should let you know that the skill points max, like the number of ranks you can have into a skill point, is 6. And if something gets mentioned in your occupations or whatever, it's half price. So computer use is half price. You put 3 points into it, you max it out at 6 ranks. Okay? You can't go over 6 ranks until level 5. But if you're a path of intelligence, you have a scary amount of hit points. I mean, skill points. Scary amount of skill points. And basically a whole number of things are going to end up being half price because you're going to have some weird scientist background, which means you can basically put very few points into all kinds of knowledges and just simply know everything because your character's kind of overpowered when it comes to being smart, but you kind of suck at everything else but being smart. Okay. Other things you need to know since we're wrapping things up. Strength is necessary to fire guns. The bigger the gun, the more you fire on automatic, the more important strength is. In fact, being really strong is very, very vital if you're going to go full auto all the time. Because kick. What happens is, a lot of weapons in the game have damage modifiers. Like AKs are +1. And weapons that fire 308 or 7.62 by 51 or 54, those weapons have +2. If the damage modifier is greater than your strength modifier, you basically take a -1 or -2 or -4 or so on and so forth to hit. So if you're going to be a weak character, I advise you carry small weapons. Or you put at least 10 points into your strength, if not 12 or 14. Dexterity gives you pluses to hit things. So maybe if you're not very strong and you carry a big gun, maybe you can bounce it out with your dexterity. It's kind of important. Constitution. This is important if you like to, it gives you bonuses to HP. It's good if you want to, not get sick, because Constitution gets rolled whenever a Fortitude save happens. Yeah, it's a pretty good class if you want to carry a ton of armor. Have your feet go. Oh, by the way, medium armor feats, ignore them. Everybody can carry medium armor. Light armor feats, I'm going to ignore that too, as far as I'm concerned. The only thing that should require a feat is probably heavy armor. So if you're going to go Constitution path, I think heavy armor would probably be a good fit for you. We'll probably just give it to your character. Body armor is applied to all characters. It provides lots of protection. That's make up for the fact that you have basically so low health. Avoid getting shot in the head, please. Unless it's with a pistol, then you got 50% chance of being fine. If you get shot in the arms and legs, your arms and legs will be replaced. It'll probably be expensive, so try not to get shot in the arms and legs. There'll be a lot of scrapping, salvaging, bartering, trading, threatening. So basically, put your points into everything except for swim. And if you want to do some custom archer-type stuff, let me know. I'll work it out. I would like to have a Path of Wisdom at some point. That would be a nice character. I've had a Path of Charisma. He was okay. I had 1 or 2 of those. Path of Intelligences are pretty great. We had 1 or 2 Constitutions. We had plenty of Dexterities, of course, because of guns. And then we had, a fair amount of strengths because, gun recoil. So I think I wrapped everything up. Oh, yeah. We use a cash-based system in this game. So do not worry about the professional skill. Ignore it. It's a stupid, dumb thing in this game. You pay in cash or you barter. You trade cans of soup and AKs for what you need, or you pay cash or you pay minerals or whatever it is. So you don't exactly have jobs you can do in the background while you're busy doing jobs that pay in cash or loot. What else do I need to tell you? I'm okay with difficulties. If you want to make some more up, that's fine. Basically, a difficulty gets you a free feat, but makes you fucked up in some regard. What else is good? Armor system works differently. Rifle body armor shrugs off most attacks weaker than rifles and shrugs off half of all attacks that are rifles, and so on and so forth. Anything better than rifles can't shrug it off. When it gets to things like, like helmets, helmets typically shrug off pistol damage up to a certain point. Like, if I remember correctly, if you get shot with 357, like a magnum round, you're fucked, or an armor-piercing round. Anything else, you probably survive almost all the time. Vehicles will probably be supplied. You'll have to inspect them and then buy one, probably, or loot one and steal it. Other than that, I think we're pretty much set up. This is everything you need to know. If this video went on too long, I'll see if I can cut it down. Thanks for being here if you're here when it was streaming live. And thank you for being here if you're just watching the video after it was made. Thank you so much. Hopefully this was super, super helpful. Yay. Now, how do I stop the broadcast?